Good morning. Oh, apparently my internet is not good. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Good morning, everybody. Pam here with your Monday morning motivation. I'm so happy to be here again, as Monday is my favorite day. Yay! The last week has been crazy around here. My husband's been on night shift, but he's also leaving for his mountain hunting trip today. So my house is a disaster. I don't want to show you any of it. It's normally a disaster. Don't get me wrong. I'm not winning any janitorial cleaning mommy awards by any means, but it's even more of a disaster. Can mommy get them for you in a minute, please? Okay. Or Zoe, can you get her some blueberries, please?
Blueberries.
Yeah, there's some on the counter. Here, give this to Zoe. She'll get you some blueberries. Thank you. Kids are hungry always. I'm pretty sure they would eat 24/7 if I let them. But that's besides the point. So today I want to talk to you about sprinting your business through the last quarter of 2019, the last quarter of this decade. Really, it's an end of a decade, honestly. This last decade has been crazy for me because, in 10 years, your life can change so much. But in 2011, I got married. In 2012, we moved into this house. We started building in 2009, but 2012 we moved in. I had my first baby in 2014, my second baby in 2017. I did 6 years as a volunteer secretary for our local rodeo association here. And, it's been a crazy decade. And you think about it, what have you accomplished in the last 10 years? Not necessarily in your business, but in your life. Because, your life is business, right? Your business is life and life is business. And it's all kind of gloms into the same thing. You fit both to do both. If that makes sense. That's the whole point of being an entrepreneur, is that you can work, your business around your life and your life around your business, right? So the whole point of this is that it's the last quarter of 2019. It's the last quarter of the decade. Let's get stuff done, right? So, what we do sometimes is we call the 90-day sprint. So that would take you probably till about New Year's. But it's 3 months, 12 weeks, whatever you want to call it. It's the same. It depends on what. 90 days seems really, really daunting to some people. And honestly, when I started the 75-day challenge, they call the 75 hard, as per Andy Frisella, MFCEO project. If you don't know it, Google it. 75 days seem long too, but I've done 90-day sprints, and where some days are better than others. I've stuck through them and achieved maybe not the high goals that I've had set for myself, but you at least get somewhere. And this was the last 90-day sprint I did, started in November of last year, and it went till February. So it kind of glommed in the last quarter of last year and the first quarter of this year. And it was hard to do over the holidays, honestly, because trying to get the house, ready for Christmas and, well, I celebrate Christmas, but trying to get the house ready for the holidays, and if you have company coming over, or if you have to travel, it's a little bit more difficult to stick with a routine like this. And that's kind of why I started my 75-day hard challenge 2 weeks ago, because it brings me to right at the end of November. And while I have Thanksgiving in there, because our Thanksgiving is in October, so it's coming up here in a couple weeks, but I can handle Thanksgiving. I can handle Thanksgiving being on this challenge because, we're only going to be gone for a night. We're going to a hotel that has a fitness center. We can go swimming. There's those options. And where are we going to visit? There's lots of room outside to go do my walking or whatever I need to go do outside for my outside workouts. So if you didn't tune in last week or the week before, I am doing a 75-day hard challenge where you do 2 workouts a day of 45 minutes each at least. So I have my little workout room set up in the basement. And then I usually go outside between chores and walking and trampoline and chasing kids around and everything. I get another 45 minutes, believe me. But we make sure that now that I have this challenge, even when it's cold outside like today, I'm making sure that the kids and I get outside so that we can get out and do something. And then you have to take a progress picture every day, which to me is like, I'm taking a picture of my whole self. I'm getting more confident, but I don't know that confident. I've been posting them too. So if you haven't been paying attention, definitely go back into some of my posts, because I've been posting them. Especially, I think I've been more on Instagram than in here. I can't remember where all I put them, but then you have to read. It's not only just like a physical challenge where you have to eat clean, so no alcohol, no refined sugars. I'm limiting my carbs quite a bit. I'm also doing intermittent fasting, but that's a personal choice. You don't have to do that. I did a 24-hour fast the day before yesterday, so I'm coming off of that, feeling pretty good. But I've been doing intermittent fasting since May, so it's not like I just jumped everything head first. Like I've been doing most of this stuff within reason pretty much every day, or a little bit here, a little bit there. But now I'm like, okay, let's do this for 75 days straight and let's get her done. But also I've been reading, you have to read at least 10 pages of like a self-development or business related book every day. So I've been doing that. I've been reading the 5 a.m. Club. I'm about 3/4 of the way through now. And we're on the 20-20-20 principle. But before that, he touched on how habits, some people say habit takes 21 days or habit takes 28 days or 30 days or whatever. In this book, he's saying that habits take 66 days. So that's why I'm liking the 75-day challenge, because it brings me past that 66-day point. Because he says, it's hard at first, then it's messy, and then it's divine. So for the first 22 days is like hard to get going. Then the next 22 days sometimes can be messy. You'll hit and miss certain days, but staying with it is ultimately paying off in the end, because after day 44, it's divine. So I'm looking forward to that. Today is day 15 for me on the 75-day challenge. So rocking it, still going strong. I'm pretty pumped about that. Oh, and you have to drink 4 liters of water, which I basically have been doing anyway. So that's not that difficult for me, but I have a checklist. So I just make sure that I remember to take everything off. I've also been weighing myself pretty much every day. So it's like, that's not something that's part of the challenge, but it's something that I want to do. I also do my gratitudes and I meditate every day. So that's, again, personally, I added things that I know I do pretty much every day anyway, just making sure that I do it in conjunction with everything else, because it can get overwhelming to try and fit everything in one day. Anyway, so sprinting your business through the last quarter of 2019. Like I said, the last 90-day sprint I did was like end of 2018, the beginning of 2019. So I'm kind of thinking that I want to do another 90-day sprint just to get me to the end of the year. If you want to join me, that would be awesome. I'll create like a little chat group and we can do some masterminding and, we'll write down some goals. And I know tomorrow is the first, but if that's something that you want to do, then definitely join me. I'm definitely going to do it for myself. But so a 90-day sprint, what a 90-day sprint includes is your 5 daily pillars. So reading every day, some sort of audio. I like podcasts. I don't commute on a daily basis, so sometimes it's hard for me to get in my podcasts, but I like to listen to them while I'm working out. And sometimes I do... while I'm working out, I have a YouTube playlist of like motivational videos, and I'm watching them, but watching them is not really the thing. It's like getting it in your head, right? What they're saying. So to me, that's kind of like audio. Marketing. So if you're doing something marketing related every day, that's called, content for Facebook or whatever, your website, going live on Facebook, which I don't do every day, but I do it weekly. I'm going to have to step on my game, I guess. Like, I don't know, we'll see. Shooting videos. So that's kind of the same thing as going live. But any of these things could apply. So making new ads, split testing new ads on Facebook. If that's something you want to learn, definitely hit me up because we have an awesome curriculum about social media advertising. Responding to leads and clients, potential clients, taking pictures. So this is content related, taking pictures, shooting videos, and doing go lives. Something content related, writing new copy for new ads, stuff like that, or even posts on Facebook that are related to what you do. But to me, my posts on Facebook on my page here are all about giving value. I limit my call to action ad posting on my page to just what they call dark posts. So you won't, if you scroll through my page, you would not see them. But if you looked into the transparency part of this page and then you clicked on that, and you'll see what ads I'm actually running. So what posts I'm promoting and what offers I'm promoting at the same time. Following up. So sending out email to your email list every day, or sending to your ManyChat or whatever, your list there. It's all about reaching out and getting to know these people and having people getting to know you. And masterminding. So those are your 5 daily pillars: reading, audio, marketing, follow-up, and masterminding. Additionally, this is what I had for each morning, but I'm sure you could kind of wiggle room a little bit. So gratitudes, I do every morning, but it's up to you. Read your 90-day goal. So where you're writing out your 90-day goal, like I'll go into that later, but read that out. What I did with the last time is I recorded myself saying it, and then I put it on a video, or I listened to it myself, telling myself it. To me, was a lot easier than actually sitting down and reading it, if that makes sense. Visualization. So visualizing your perfect day, or how you what you're doing when you achieve your goals. Affirmations every day, exercise every day, meditation every day. And then they put in journaling. I put food journal because my journaling includes gratitudes, affirmations, and then I put intentions in my journals. So kind of the whole affirmations, gratitude kind of fits into journaling. So I put food journaling in because I need to make sure that my food journal is up to date every time I go to an appointment with my dietitian at the bariatric clinic. So that is what you do every day for 90 days or 12 weeks or 3 months, however you want to talk about it. So your 90-day goal has to be really, really detailed. You want to be able to smell the smells, when you achieve your goals. You want to smell it. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? Use all your senses. What are you feeling? What can you touch? You want to have goals that are attainable, but then step it up from your attainable goals. You think big, because even if you did not reach that really, really, really high goal, what if you got halfway there or 3/4 of the way there? You'd still be happy, right? So think big when it comes to your goals. When you write your and then affirmations I wrote down here, but I also recorded myself saying them. So, okay guys, Zoe, can you not yell at your sister, please? So I recorded myself reading out my 90-day goal, and then I play that to myself every day. My affirmations, and not only did I write them in my journal, but I recorded myself the top 10 affirmations that I wrote down. The ones that really get to me. But my affirmations change every day now. This was in the beginning or the end of last year. It was a year ago. So my affirmations change every day now. So that's why I like putting them in my journal as opposed to recording them or writing them down every day, or writing the same ones down every day. So I also have, this is what I have from the last time I did it. Of course, I didn't fill out any of this stuff, but I have everything's falling out. A book full of stuff. I wrote notes every day. Everything's falling out. Okay. So 60 plus, in the next 90 days, I will do 60 plus workouts. Zoe, stop please. Kids are yelling. They can only last 14 minutes apparently. Oh my goodness, I've been live for 14 minutes. You'll do 30 plus Facebook lives, 30 plus Instagram posts. It says on here like a daily ad spend. So if you like spending money on ads, like an ad spend, like so how much you're spending every day compounded by 90 days. And that's how much you're spending on ads. Or reading the following books. So I've already read all these books, but I would add in similar books. The books that we recommend, I added in the last one actually because I loved it so much. I read it again. Hypnotic Writing by Joe Vitale. Cashvertising by Drew Eric Whitman. .com Secrets and Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. And then The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox Cabane. And then it's every day it says, you know, the book I'm reading, what page. So it's like, I actually just wrote it down in my notes as opposed to that. Listening to the following audio. So these are audio books and not necessarily podcasts. The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. The New Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz and Dan Kennedy. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Gikondi. And The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So those are the following audios that they recommend that you listen to for this full 90 days. Now, if you've already listened to those audios, you know, listen to them again because they're audios. Why not? But I do like podcasts. I like... if you're a woman in business, Angie Lee's an amazing podcast. She's got the Angie Lee Show. Earn Your Happy by Lori Harder is a great podcast. One of the leaders in our community, Alicia Ward, has a podcast, The Poor Girl's Guide to a Rich Life, I believe it's called. It's kind of a long title, but it's all about those kind of podcasts, not just like random people bullshitting podcasts, pardon my French, but it's all about self-growth, right? So the MFCEO project with Andy Frisell, like I mentioned earlier, he's got an amazing podcast. He's got tons and tons of previous episodes. So don't just start at this most recent episode, start at the beginning and work your way through them, because then it's all about context. Chris Harder, Lori Harder's husband, he's got a great podcast. I can't remember what it's called at the top of my head. Something about money. I can't remember. Anyway, so there's lots of podcasts with dealing with business, mindset over marketing with Aaron and Jang. They're part of our community as well. And I think their last podcast was in like June, but they have quite a few going up to that, so definitely can incorporate that into your audio list. So I would write down, in addition to all this that I have in here, I have it all like folded up, but I would write down. So day 1, I didn't read because I didn't have it checked off. But I did audio. I listened to Awaken the Giant Within. I did some marketing follow-ups. I did masterminding. I did my gratitudes. I read my goal. I did my visualization. I did affirmations. I did exercise. I did meditation. I didn't do my food journal. And I got affirmations on there twice. So you could do that. Or I like Google Sheets on my phone, because then I can put all that stuff down, and then what I do is I put all the stuff that I have to do across the top, and then all my days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 90, and then check stuff off. And I also have it on my calendar. That's how I know I'm on day 15. I have it on my calendar, so I've got the numbers 1 through 75 for my 75-day hard. And then as I go through the days and I do everything, I cross them off. So today's day 15. That's how I know it, because it's on my calendar in my kitchen. But everybody's different. So do what works for you. Take what I've told you, apply it in your own way. So do your 5 pillars. Definitely do your 5 pillars. Do your reading, do your audio, do some sort of marketing, follow-ups, your email list or your ManyChat list or whatever on Facebook Messenger, and do masterminding. Masterminding is the kick in the butt that you need every day to do this. So whether you do it first thing in the morning at like 6:30, or you do it last thing at night to get you going for the morning. It's all about accountability with your masterminding and your masterminding partner. So find a little group of people, like 5 to 10 people, put together like a chat on Facebook, and just mastermind, because that is how you get through every day. So if you find that you can't fit all the stuff in one day, forgive yourself for some things, but definitely be held accountable to your actions, to your accountability group, to your mastermind group, because it's all about just getting your business through to the end of the year, to the end of the decade. I was going to go through a couple other things, but I think I've gone on for long enough. 20 minutes. So it's the last quarter. All games, football, hockey, all sports games are decided in the final push. You've built up momentum through the first quarters of the year, through the first few quarters of the year. Let's push through to the last quarter and get some of those goals achieved. Think of your business or whatever, your goals, as a rocket ship launch. And it just takes so much momentum. It takes so much fuel and energy to get that rocket ship off the ground through the atmosphere. But then once it's through the atmosphere, you can disengage your engines and all that stuff. You can start and just coast through, like just use little rockets to all the way through to your goals. So I hope that helped you achieve your goals for the next 90 days, for the next quarter, the last quarter of 2019, the last quarter of the decade. Like I said, if you would like to be part of a 90-day sprint with me, definitely reach out. Either drop a comment below or send me a message. I would love to have you. Also, if you would like to be part of my free Facebook group where I drop value daily, message me or drop a comment, say Facebook group or 90-day sprint or whatever you'd like to be part of. I would love to have you in either. And until next week, I hope that I can help you find your own freedom, and I will hope to see you here. Same page, same time, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for your Monday morning motivation. Have a great week. Bye.